We start off with a bar chart that shows United States and its coal consumption. These are all the options that are used to control the graphs. There's bar graph, line graph, and scatter plot. These are the variables or the attributes, and this is the list of country from where you can select all the countries. Now we select United States and petroleum production and build it, and this is the bar graph that is created. We can also do it with two variables, where if you want to compare petroleum production and petroleum consumption, you can do it. As you can see, petroleum production is represented here and petroleum consumption is represented here. You can do this with multiple countries, and it will show you all the countries and their individual consumptions and productions. You can also do the same task with a line graph, and it will represent all the values as a line. You When we go to the scatter plot, we represent three variables on the scatter plot and control for each year, and we control the year using the slider. So this is the scatter plot of petroleum production versus petroleum consumption for 1980, and all the countries are represented here. The CO2 emission, that's the third variable, is represented through colors. So these are the countries that are seen on the scatter plot. Once you change the year with the slider and build it again, it will give you the new values. As you can see, these are some of the countries that have a very low CO2 emission per capita. If you want to check that, you can go for Indonesia. We select Indonesia, one variable, CO2 emission, and build. As you can see, the maximum there is 1.8, which in comparison to United States is quite low, which has a maximum of 20. So we can find relationships between variables using the scatter plot. Now anything that lies above this central axis is like Europe has more petroleum consumption than it produces, and USSR has more petroleum production than it consumes. And this is the entire relationship between these two variables that is represented in the scatter plot.